seen as a precursor to the high voltage 2024 battle. The BJP has won 4 out of 7 assembly seats in 6 states, wherein BJP candidate Bhavya Bishnoi emerged victorious in the Adampur assembly by-election with a significant margin of over 16,000 votes. Now, Kejriwal magic failed to work in Haryana's Adampur. The AAP candidate was not only decimated but also lost the deposit. On the other hand, it was a strength test for both Gathbandhan and the BJP in Bihar, because this was the first bypolls after Nitish broke severe ties with NDA in the heavily populated Muslim region Gopalganj. The BJP managed to retain its seat, but narrowly, because remember, in 2020 the BJP had won the same seat by more than 35,000 seats, and it is also the home district of Lalu Yadav. On the other hand, Mokama voted for Gathbandhan, wherein the RJD candidate who is jailed Don Anant Singh's wife Neelam Devi won by over 16,000 votes, but the BJP claims that it has successfully increased its vote share in Mokama. Now, both the JDU and the RJD claim that the BJP does not have any reason to celebrate.
केवल सिंपैथी फैक्टर होने के बावजूद भी 1700 वोट से ही हमारी गोपालगंज में हार हुई है। यानी जनता जो है गोपालगंज की, जो बीजेपी का जो कोर वोटर है, वो कहीं ना कहीं से जो लोग क्लेम करते थे कि फलना जो है हमारा ही वोटर है, उसमें महागठबंधन के लोगों ने सेंध मारने का काम किया है। और हम सभी महागठबंधन की जितनी पार्टियां हैं, उनके नेताओं को, उनके कार्यकर्ताओं को भी धन्यवाद देना चाहेंगे। हम माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी को, हम पार्टी के नेता को धन्यवाद देंगे। सभी धर्म के लोगों ने, जाति के लोगों ने वोट देने का काम किया है, तो इसके लिए सभी लोगों को धन्यवाद।
गोपालगंज और मोकामा की जनता को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमने बेहतर प्रयास किया और गोपालगंज में न केवल हम अपनी सीट बचाने में कामयाब रहे, बल्कि मोकामा में भी पहली बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी 27 सालों बाद चुनाव लड़ी और आज तक के इतिहास में विरोधियों को जो सबसे ज्यादा मत मिला है, उसमें हमें मोकामा में मिला है। यह चुनाव भारतीय जनता पार्टी बनाम 8 दल थे और उसके बावजूद हम यह नतीजा दे पाए, इसके लिए बिहार की जनता को धन्यवाद।
देखिए, जदयू बीजेपी से अलग हुआ, आरजेडी के साथ गया, महागठबंधन बनाया, फिर भी गोपालगंज में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ये लोग हरा नहीं पाए। जहां तक मोकामा का संदेश है, मोकामा में तो छोटे सरकार लड़ते हैं जिनको अनंत सिंह जी को कहा जाता है, और वहां भी आरजेडी और जेडीयू महागठबंधन मिलकर लड़े, फिर भी उनका मार्जिन घट गया और वहां भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने बहुत ताकत से लड़ाई लड़ी। लोकसभा के चुनाव में 40 की 40 सीट हम लोग जीतेंगे।
Let me open this conversation up and welcome BJP spokesperson Charu Pragya and George Korean, who is a political analyst over the broadcast. Thank you for speaking to Times Now. And also let me rope in my colleague Aditya, who is joining us live on the same. Coming to you, Aditya, first, as far as the results in Bihar is concerned, one constituency went to the BJP, one went to the Mahagathbandhan, but it, of course, speaks volumes when it comes to the reduction in the vote share as far as Mokama is concerned, especially because it is a political war of words going on between the Gathbandhan and the BJP.
Well, exactly. As far as the Bihar bypoll results are concerned, of course, the results have come on very expected lines, but then they have actually, you can say, lessons to be learned for both the sides. Interestingly, while both the sides are able to actually retain one seat each, and the margin also has reduced to a larger bit, but then interesting to note here is the fact that the term social engineering, that was something nicely harnessed by Bihar politicians, have actually seen to be crumbled. Interesting to note here is that in both the constituency, the first two contestants, they mostly belong from the same community, and this is something that has made things even more precarious as far as the entire, you can say, results and its inferences are concerned.
All right. Thank you, Aditya, for all those updates. But before we dip into this conversation, let me also get in some updates from Telangana, wherein the TRS managed to win the high-stakes Munugode bypolls, wherein for KCR, the bypoll was a prestige battle, as the BJP victory would have signalled a crack in the TRS defensive line. Now, crying foul, the BJP alleges that TRS managed to win only because it used muscle and money power. However, the key takeaway remains that despite Rahul Bharat Jodo Yatra, the Congress has further lost its vote share in Munugode.
ఈ ఎన్నికల్లో పెద్దలు ఎప్పుడో చెప్పారు, రాజకీయాల్లో హత్యలుండవు, ఆత్మహత్యలు మాత్రమే ఉంటాయని చెప్తారు. ఈ ఎన్నికల్లో జరిగింది అదే. బలవంతపు ఉప ఎన్నికను అహంకారంతో, డబ్బు మదంతో, రాజకీయంగా కళ్ళు నెత్తికెక్కి పొగరుతో ఈ ఎన్నికను తెలంగాణ ప్రజల మీద, మునుగోడు ప్రజల మీద రుద్దింది ఢిల్లీ బాసులు అమిత్ షా, నరేంద్ర మోడీ. వాళ్ళిద్దరి అహంకారానికి చెంపపెట్టు లాంటి తీర్పునిచ్చిన మునుగోడు చైతన్యానికి
भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जिताया लोग, मगर ये केसीआर जो है करप्टेड सीएम डिक्टेटर क्या करा, 100 एमएलए को, 15 एमएलसी को, एमपी को, मिनिस्टर्स को लाके इधर हर गांव में बिठा के टेरराइज कर दिया, पैसा दिया, लोगों को डरा के पुलिस पूरा हमारा बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता ऊपर बाहर घूमने नहीं दिया, मेरे ऊपर अटैक हुआ, इटला राजेंद्र, किशन रेड्डी, सब लोगों को अटैक किया, किधर गांव में कैंपेनिंग भी नहीं करने दिया, उतना टेरराइज करके कम्युनिस्ट वालों को खरीद के इलेक्शन में थोड़ा मार्जिन से जीता. इसका मतलब ये असली जीत नहीं है. तो इलेक्शन कमीशन को हम जरूर जाएंगे, हमारा फाइट तो चलते रहेगा.
Bringing in Soumit over this, Soumit, as far as Munugode bypoll is concerned, TRS difficult win is a sure sign that it is going to be a fierce battle in the 2024 elections.
Well, actually, that's true, because, this high-stake battle has been only, they have taken it very prestigious only because, it is considered as a semi-finals. And, before going into the polls, and it's a poll-bound state, that's the reason, BJP eyeing for the complete state, and, TRS doesn't want to lose the crown. That was the reason we have noticed, a massive aggressive campaign by both the parties. However, this war doesn't look like an ends here, because, even the BJP candidate we have heard just now, he stated that they'll be approaching the Election Commission of India, and the other hand, even KTR has stated that this fight was against the Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi, and they were always vocal about it. And so this war doesn't look like it ends here after TRS making a narrow victory with 10,000 votes in Munugodu. But this looks like the war of words will be intensifying furthermore, because both of the parties stated that they'll be fighting each against them, even in the coming days.
All right. Thank you, Soumit, for all those insights. Let me bring in Charu Pragya and George Kurian over the same. Coming to you, Charu Pragya. Now, as far as Telangana is concerned, a close fight, of course, it was. And it wasn't a cakewalk for the TRS. But is the BJP going to take heart from this defeat for the same reason?
Good morning. And see, I think the results speak for themselves. If you look at the results on all 7 seats, I believe BJP has done very well. And if I can break it down for you, so there was a seat which we have not contested for 27 years, and we gave a tough fight. There is a seat where the entire Mahagathbandhan united against the BJP, and yet we managed to win it. After that, I will go on to Haryana. So all the discussion about Aam Aadmi Party gaining leads has been put to rest and laid to dust, because here we are with the BJP candidate winning, and winning comfortably. And as for TRS, I think it still remains to be seen what is going to be the result of TRS and Congress fighting with each other, because BJP is focusing on the next elections now. And this time also the news of violence, the news of using muscle power was all prevalent. And I believe the Election Commission is going to pay heed to this, and we will see what happens with that. I want to also add that the result of these by-elections have proved again that BJP has won the heart and the confidence of the people of India. Doesn't matter which corner of the country we are in, and we continue to stand strong. See, when you either you look at margins, you look at the way the other parties have come together to fight against BJP, you look at the way we have held our ground in every single place. I think popularity of both Prime Minister Modi ji and the good work that our party has done on ground throughout the country stands strong.
Yes, of course. And this is what your party has been saying, that these results are a stamp of approval by people on PM's policies. But George Kurian, as far as TRS is concerned, in these bypolls, they have been trying to give a broader message on a national level that, yes, they can take on the BJP, of course, in the 2024 elections. So this win, what does it mean for the TRS? Right. Seems like we have a technical issue there.
Can I come in there?
Yes, yes, please.
Since we are waiting for the other spokesperson to join us.
Okay, Mr. George Kurian, can you hear me? Yes, we can of course come to you, Charu, and of course you can pitch in on that.
Yeah, so I wanted to say that TRS has very recently announced that they are going to become a national party. They have proposed that, but the way that entire process was carried out, I found it frankly very distasteful. History speaks that when a party with regional thinking and regional aspirations tries to go national, it messes up its ground also, and that has happened with the Telugu Desam party, and I think TRS is going to be going the same way. At the same time, when they celebrated going national, the celebration was done by distributing bottles of alcohol to people. It was done by distributing live chicken, like actually zinda murgi, to people, and it just sends a very negative and a very bad message. I don't think that is what the politics in India today stands for, distributing alcohol to celebrate anything or to ask for votes in any manner whatsoever. And TRS needs to do some course correction and check that.
But also, Mr. George Kurian, if we have to have a look at Gopalganj also, BJP's majority of 36,000 in 2020 plummeted to 1,800. Do you think that this perhaps somewhere suggests a tough path for the party in 2024?
Pratima, am I loud and clear?
Yes, yes, you are loud and clear.
Because I'm not, there's a lot of distortion at your end. I'm not able to hear your audio clear. Anyway, to begin with, I strongly believe that BJP should, it's a cause of worry for BJP at this point in time in the run-up to 2024, because the BJP's, if you look at the wins that BJP has able to manage in these 4 out of 7, it's not a very convincing win. Then number one. Number two, as far as Congress is concerned, out of 7, it's only in 2 places where Congress has given a direct fight, as in Haryana and in Odisha. Others are all the Mahagathbandhan that Congress is in the states. So I strongly believe that for the Congress party also, there is a lot of learning and looking into that needs to be considered at this point in time, because the Congress, as we all know, that has a new president in place, and there is a lot of transformational change that one is expecting out of Congress in the time to come, and hopefully we'll put ourselves in a very good position.
But as you said, that Congress is in a position of worry, because we know that the party is on their path to revive themselves. But on the other hand, they of course ended up at the 3rd place in Telangana, and of course their reliance over Jat also didn't do well in Haryana as well. So what are the lessons that Congress needs to take up, especially at a point, as you mentioned, there is a change in the leadership as well?
Well, if I got you right, you spoke about Telangana, the Congress party in Telangana?
Yes.
Well, when coming back to Telangana, one has to understand the MLA who had quit the Congress party and joined the Bharatiya Janata Party in Telangana has lost the election in Telangana. That's a clear message that people haven't voted for BJP,
right.
Although he has drifted away to the
BJP. Apologies that we are running short of time, but as far as bypolls are concerned, of course, there are lessons that needs to be taken. Thanking all my guests for joining us, but let's cut across to this.